Hi everyone, in today's video I'll be showing you how to make this top. This is a convertible top because you can wear it multiple ways that you like. And if you're not interested in making into this top, you can also just keep going and turn this into a beautiful shawl. So here's what the front would look like, and this is the back. So if you see, if we undid the straps, it is just a triangle shape. So it's perfect for tops and also shawls depending on your preferences. And then after the top, I will show you how to make the strap. So before we begin, this is all the materials I used. I used TRUBOO yarn from Lion brand yarns. It is 100% rayon and it is a lightweight 3 yarn. And the color that I chose is blue. And then for my hook size, I used a 2.75mm hook. So you can feel free to use whatever yarn or thread that you like with whatever hook size. This is just what I had on hand, so this is what I used. But I actually think this top would be great in a 100% cotton yarn. But that's just my suggestion. Again, use whatever yarn and hook size you like. To begin this pattern, we are going to start with a magic circle. And then from this magic circle, you are going to chain up 2 for your first double crochet. 1, 2. Now inside the magic circle, you will be placing 2 double crochets. That's 1 and 2. Now chain 2. And inside the circle, place 3 double crochets. And chain 2. And inside the circle, place an additional 3 more double crochets. Alright, so after you finish that, you can see that you have 3 sets of 3 double crochets. Now for row 2, we are going to turn our work. We need to get to this first chain space right here. So what we're going to do is slip stitch into the chains until we get there. So after turning your work, you're going to insert into your first chain and you're going to slip stitch. And then you're going to go into your second stitch and slip stitch. Slip stitch again into the last double crochet. And slip stitch one more time into that chain space. And now we will be placing our beginning shell. So you're going to chain up 2 and place 2 double crochets in the chain space. That's 1 and 2, chain 2, and inside the same chain space, place 3 more double crochets. So that is a shell. So a shell will consist of 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets, and you will be starting every single row this way and also ending every single row that way. So after placing our beginning shell, you are going to chain 3. You're going to find this chain space at the end here right before the end of our row, and you are going to be placing your ending shell. So again, that is 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. And that completes row 2. Now to begin row 3, you are again going to flip your work, and we need to get to the chain space here. So we're going to be slip stitching into the chains until we get there. So here's that first chain. I'm just going to slip stitch. into the next with a slip stitch into the last double, and finally slip stitch into the chain space. So again, since we're beginning this row, you want to start with your beginning shell. So that is a chain 2 and then 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. Now you're going to chain 5, and inside this middle chain space you are going to single crochet. Chain 5 again, and inside the same chain space, single crochet. So what you did here was create a little loop, a little design, and then from here chain 5, and you're going to see your final chain space before the end of the row, so go ahead and place your ending shell. So your ending shell is going to be 3 double crochets with a chain 2 and 3 double crochets, all inside that same chain space. And that is what row 3 looks like. So for row 4, we need to turn our work, and you want to slip stitch until you get to this chain space again. So go ahead and complete your chain stitch or slip stitches until you get to that chain space. So now from here you can start your beginning shell. So you're going to chain 2 and 2 double crochets in that chain space. Then you're going to chain 2 and 3 double crochets in the chain space. Now from here you are going to chain 3, and inside this first chain space here you are going to single crochet. Now chain 5, and in this chain space, hopping over this little loop design from the previous round, in this chain space after it you're going to be placing a single crochet. Now chain 3 and end your row with your shell. And that is the end of row 4. For row 5, again, flip your work, and you are going to slip stitch into the chains until you get to that first chain space where you will be placing your beginning shell. Okay, so I've just slip stitched into my chain space, and I'm going to start with my beginning shell, which is a chain 2 with 2 double crochets, chain 2 and 3 double crochets. Now from here chain 3, and in this very first chain space here you are going to single crochet. After that single crochet, you're going to come up on this chain 5 space that's right above the little design that we made, and directly into this space you will be placing 9 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 double crochets. Now immediately after that, in this chain space following, you are going to place a single crochet. Now chain 3 and end your row with your shell. And that completes row 5. To begin row 6, you're going to flip your work and you're going to slip stitch into every single chain until you reach that chain space, and then you are going to start your beginning shell. Alright, I'm going to start my beginning shell. From here, chain 5. You're going to find this first chain space here and single crochet. Chain 5 again. And in that same chain space, single crochet. Now from here, chain 5 again. And you're going to skip the first 3 double crochets from the previous round. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, and then in 4, 5, 6 you will be placing a single crochet each. That's 4, 5, and 6. Again, chain 5. In this final chain space before our shell, you are going to single crochet, chain 5, and then single crochet in the same chain space. Now chain 5 and complete your row with your shell. And that completes row 6. Now for row 7, again flip your work and slip stitch into every single chain until you get to your chain space and start your beginning shell. Now from here you are going to chain 3 and into this very first chain space single crochet. Now chain 5, hop over this little loop design, and then in the next one after that place a single crochet. Now chain 3, and then you're going to come up on the 3 single crochets that you made in the previous round here. So you're going to find the middle one and you're going to single crochet. Chain 3, single crochet into the next chain space, chain 5, and then you're going to hop over this little loop design, and the one chain space that's after that you will be placing a single crochet. Now chain 3 and end your row with your shell. And that completes row 7. Now for row 8, start your row the same way we've been doing this whole time, slip stitching and then creating your beginning shell. Okay. Now from here, chain 3, and into this very first chain space, go ahead and place a single crochet. Now in the 5 chain space above our little design down here, you're going to go directly in there with 9 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now in the next chain space directly after it, it's this little one right here, you are going to single crochet. Again, chain 3. Now find the next chain space, it's a small one right here, and single crochet. Now from here, you are going to place 9 double crochets in the chain 5 space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now in this chain space right before our shell, you are going to single crochet. Now chain 3, and in this shell, go ahead and end your row with your ending shell. And that completes the row. To begin row 9, you are going to flip your work and again slip stitch until you get to that first chain space where you can create your beginning shell. Now from here you're going to chain 5, and in this very first chain space do a single crochet, again chain 5, and single crochet again into that same chain space. Now you're going to chain 5, and you're going to skip the first 3 double crochets in this pattern. So you're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and in 4, 5, 6 you're going to place a single crochet each. So skip 1, 2, 3, and then single crochet in 4, single crochet in 5, and single crochet in 6. Now chain 5. And in this little chain space here between the 2 sets of double crochets, you're going to single crochet, chain 5, and single crochet again in the same chain space. Now chain 5. Skip the first 3 double crochets, and in 4, 5, and 6, place a single crochet each. Now chain 5, single crochet into this final chain space before the shell, chain 5, and single crochet again in the same chain space. Now chain 5, and complete the row with your ending shell. And that completes row 9. Now for row 10, you are going to turn your work and start your beginning shell. And then from here you are going to chain 3, and you're going to single crochet into this very first chain space. Now from here you're going to chain 5, and then you're going to hop over this little design right here in the middle. This little loop, you're going to hop over that, and you're going to go into the space after it with a single crochet. Then you'll chain 3 and single crochet into the middle single crochets from the previous round. So you're going to have the 1, 2, 3. You're going to go right in the middle and single crochet into that. Again, chain 3, and then you're going to single crochet into the space following that, chain 5, hop over this little loop design, and you're going to single crochet into the space after that. Then you're going to chain 3 again and single crochet into the middle single crochet, chain 3, single crochet into the loop or into the chain space after that, chain 5, hop over the little loop design and single crochet into the chain space right before your ending shell. Now chain 3 and finish up your row with your ending shell. And that completes row 10. Now to begin row 11, of course, flip your work and start your beginning shell. Now from here, chain 3. And then directly into this chain 5 space right above that little design down here, we're going to place 9 double crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now directly in the chain space after it, you're going to place a single crochet. Now chain 3. Find the next chain space. It's going to be a little one right here, and you're going to single crochet. Now you're coming up on this chain 5 space right above our little loop design, and you're going to go in again with 9 double crochets. Now into the chain space after that, place a single, chain 3, place a single into the next chain space after that, and then you're going to come up on your chain 5 space again, that's right on top of this little loop design, and you're going to go and place your 9 double crochets. Now in the chain space right after that, go ahead and single crochet. Now chain 3 and end this row with your ending shell. And that completes row 11. So to continue this pattern, you are going to want to continue repeating rows 9, 10, and 11 to get the desired length that you need for your top or your shawl. That is just a 3-row repeat. So again, you're going to repeat rows 9, 10, and 11. So for my top here, I decided to do a total of 41 rows. So if I unfolded this to the triangle shape and I counted from here, because again we were starting from the top down, I counted a total of 41 rows for myself, and I just counted by counting the shells. So I would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it was a total of 41. Also, depending on the size and length that you need, you always want to make sure to end on row 10 so that it gives you this nice little scallop design here. So no matter what size you're making, whatever length or size you need, make sure to end on row 10 so you get the nice scallop design. So now I will show you how to make our straps. So to make our straps for this top, you're going to want to grab your yarn and prepare it with a slip knot at the end. And then you're going to chain up 4. And into this very first chain that you made, you're going to be placing 2 double crochets. From here, again, chain up 4. Find the very first chain that you made down here and place 2 double crochets again. Again, chain 4. And in that first chain, again, place 2 double crochets. And you're just going to want to continue repeating this chain up of 4 and 2 double crochets until you get your desired length of your chain. So for reference, I made my chain to be about 60 inches, but you can always go shorter or longer if you need to. So just repeat with that pattern of chaining up 4 and 2 2 double crochets in that first chain. So I mentioned earlier that I did a total of 41 rows for my top / shawl, and I'm going to show you my final measurements. So from top to bottom, my top is about 10.5 inches tall, and then how wide it is about 17 inches. So again, depending on the size you need or want, you can make it shorter or longer, but just remember to always end on a row 10 so you get the scallop pattern. And then, as I mentioned, you can wear this triangle however you want it. There are multiple ways to wear it, or you can just use it as a shawl for a colder night out if you make it longer. But it's all depending on what you want to wear for that day or occasion. So I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial on our top, and don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.